Now, moving away from the first team to the academy, the so-called Academy of Football at West Ham, with Tommy here. It'd be great to get some insight on that, Tommy. What do you think? I mean, it's sort of coming under quite a lot of criticism at the moment that we're not maybe producing enough players who are good enough. What's your take on the current state of affairs?
I think that at development squad level, there are a few players over the last few seasons who are the usual names that you hear that have started to leave. But that, like I say, it happens at all clubs. If you're maybe not at that level that you're going to push up to the first team, then you're going to move off to a lower league football club. The good thing about the position we're in, from what I see, is that we're a very young academy. Development squad is full of 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, and that then goes to the younger levels. I mean, our 18s are full of 15, 16-year-olds. Our under-16s are rebuilding with 14, 15-year-olds. So, I mean, yeah, technically, when you look at league tables, you look at scores, we might not be winning every week. But like I was saying to you guys earlier, we're performing against older teams. Like I said, Chelsea, they've got older players playing in their teams, and we're performing against them, even though we're a couple of years below. And I think that's mainly down to what the coaches are trying to do at West Ham. If you talk to any of them when you go to games, they'll all say that it's not about results, it's about development. And really, if you look at everything at the moment, we're actually doing a good job. As
you say, it's about development. We, in the 50s and 60s, we brought through the likes of Hurst and Moore and players like that. And then it was another 50 or 60 years before the likes of Lampard and Ferdinand and all that came through. So we can't be bringing players through every 2 or 3 years.
Of course,
it just doesn't happen. I mean, Southampton have had like a 10-year period recently, but they've had the likes of Oxlade-Chamberlain, Walcott, and then Lallana and whatnot. But I don't think you can't expect us to be developing world-class players like your Lampards and your Rio Ferdinands every single year. So
sure,
we are still. I'd say we are still, just purely because it's quite
what we've done in the past.
Absolutely, yeah.
The good thing about it though is that although, yeah, technically we're not bringing a big number of players regularly into the first team, you've seen the players like Reece Oxford, Reece Burke that have been given a chance. Yeah, maybe it's only on the bench, but I mean even Josh Cullen and Manny Reyes, they were on the bench away to Arsenal. I mean, that's big, and they're only like 18 years old.
Well, on Reece Oxford, Reece Burke, how good can these guys be? I mean, are they players we really can be excited about going forward?
Well, Reece Oxford's England captain at his age level. He's still playing up a couple of years. He's actually skipped through the West Ham under-18s. He went straight from the 16s to 21s because that's how good Terry Wesley and the West Ham staff think he is. Reece Burke's similar kind of player. I mean, he only really joined the under-18s regularly start of last season, and I mean he played pretty much the whole game against Sheffield United earlier this season, and he's been on the bench a few other times. That's big experience for players as young as they are. I mean, there's players at the club that are like 21, 22 that aren't getting these experiences. They're going even younger. And I mean, if I was 17 years old and I was a professional footballer, being on the bench away to Arsenal would be like a dream come true. It doesn't matter that I'm not coming on.
Of course, yeah.
So I can imagine that it can only benefit them for the future.
Well, James, one of the criticisms that Allardyce often gets is that he doesn't blood the youngsters enough. But listening to that, is it sort of maybe quite harsh on him to label him with that?
I think so. I think we all deep down know that the youth really can't be expected to then step up to the first team and then make a difference. But as Tommy said, the fact that your likes of your Oxfords and your Burkes and whatnot are getting just that sniff of being in and around the first team is only going to be good for the future. And if Allardyce isn't at the club beyond this season, and those two go on to sort of make first team appearances and you know be decent players, then a lot of that will be down to Allardyce. So.